Hi guys, Mr. New Mobile here. Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max has finally arrived. Please subscribe followed by the bell. You can also keep up on Facebook, Twitter by clicking the links in the description. Apple normally is gearing up to announce a new iPhone around this time of year, but 2020 is anything but normal. This year, it looks like we might see up to 4 new iPhone models released with shipping dates as late as November. The phones themselves will be faster, have improved cameras, and include 5G. I've rounded up all of the leaks and rumors we could find, but keep in mind until Apple actually announces the new iPhone, iPhone 9, and going with iPhone X, Apple hasn't made it a habit of mixing up the naming schema for the iPhone lineup. Last year, we saw the iPhone 11, and this year, we expect we'll see the iPhone 12. What really matters is what comes after the number, which this year, it looks like it's going to get somewhat confusing, but also more streamlined based on the number of models. There could be up to 4 new models this year, 2 regular models, and 2 Pro models. Current rumors point to a lineup consisting of the iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro Max. Display sizes could range from 5.4 inches and 6.1 inches on the iPhone 12 and 12 Max, while the Pro line could have 6.1 inch and 6.7 inch screens, respectively. Pricing could start as low as $649 and top out at $1,099 on the high end, with the possible addition of 5G connectivity and Apple moving the entire line to OLED displays. Figuring out how much the price is going to increase, if at all, for the iPhone 12 line is anyone's guess. Jon Prosser, who has accurately leaked information about Apple and Google in the past, posted on Twitter in April what his sources were telling him the prices will be for the entire lineup. The iPhone 12 will cost $649, while the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be priced at $1,099. It's looking like an October announcement, with some models available later the same month and others available in November. Normally, Apple announces new iPhone models in September, with a launch roughly 10 days after the event. However, this year, Apple has already said the new iPhones will be a few weeks phones, but they look like they'll be worth it. Prosser has said he expects the new iPhones will be announced the week of October 12, and he even laid out expected release dates. The new iPhone models will move away from the rounded edges used on the iPhone 11 and go back to the iPhone 5 and iPad Pro-like flat edge design. The back of the phones will look similar, with the Pro models having 3 cameras, along with a LiDAR sensor for 3D scanning. The standard iPhone 12 models will have 2 cameras. There's also been speculation the Face ID sensor array, also referred to as the True Depth camera, is smaller this year, shrinking down the overall size of the notch that cuts into the top of the iPhone's display. The standard iPhone 12 models will continue to use an aluminum housing, and the Pro models will stick with a stainless steel housing. iPhone 11 color released last year is already being retired and will be replaced with a blue color. All OLED displays, advanced Arkansas features on Pro line, Apple A14 Bionic processor, number 120Hz displays this year. As previously discussed, Apple is expected to make the switch from LCD panels to OLED panels across the entire line this year. The OLED displays are brighter, have better color contrast, and deeper blacks, and all things considered, are a big upgrade. Apple announced its A14 Bionic processor will power the latest iPad Air, and we have to assume that Apple will also use that same processor in the iPhone 12 lineup. There's been speculation off and on that the iPhone 12 Pro line could feature 120Hz ProMotion display technology, but it's starting to look like Apple isn't going to include it in any models this year. The faster refresh rate didn't make the cut. That's backed up by a recent note from reputable Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo that claims the feature was left out due to concerns about battery life. Finally, the new LiDAR sensor that Apple uses in the current iPad Pro lineup is said to make its way to the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. Using the camera, Apple and developers will be able to create better augmented reality applications thanks to the 3D scanning tech. Turning heads, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has been spotted on popular benchmarking platform Antutu, and it reveals some of the smallest performance upgrades in iPhone history. Moreover, while initial technological assessment suggested the range's groundbreaking A14 chipset could be faster than a MacBook Pro, the reasons for its shortfall look to be self-inflicted. Breaking down the scores, we learn that the iPhone 12 Pro Max has just 16% faster CPU performance than last year's iPhone 11 lineup, while graphics performance is basically flat with a 4% speed bump. More positively, memory speeds are up 22%, but the big picture is these numbers were not expected from the world's first 5nm chip. As recently as last month, A14 CPU and GPU gains were tipped to be up to 40% and 50% respectively. The battery life is confounding all logic this year. Apple has downgraded the batteries across the iPhone 12 range, despite them being the first iPhones to incorporate notoriously power-hungry 5G modems. This move also led to Apple abandoning another popular but draining feature for this generation: 120Hz ProMotion displays. And now it appears the A14 chip has been optimized for efficiency, not speed, to cover these battery cost savings. In Apple's defense, this disappointment was signposted. The company officially unveiled the A14 chip when announcing the new iPad Air and, somewhat selectively, chose to compare its performance to the aging A12 rather than the A13. These numbers could be extrapolated, however, confirming the 2020 iPad Air would only have circa 17% and 8% CPU and GPU improvements over the A13. These numbers vary within a margin of error to the Antutu scores. Again, the reason for the modest gains appears to be battery life, with Apple reducing the new iPad Air's battery capacity by 8% compared to its predecessor. But with iPhone 12 batteries becoming 10% smaller than equivalent iPhone 11 models, it may be that Apple has capped their GPU performance even more. Given we already know Apple is also removing the bundled charger and earpods from the iPhone 12 range, sticking with the same large notch and increasing prices, expectation levels are surprisingly low for the new models. That said, their edgy designs look great, there are appealing new screen sizes, and their wireless charging will receive a mysterious magnetic upgrade. That said, in my opinion, considering all these compromises, the smart money waits for Apple's cheaper iPhone 12 Pro launching early next year. Are you excited on the upcoming iPhone 12 lineup? Let me see your comment below. Well, having been said, please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video. Peace out.